anyways, so Francis Wright is going to be on here shortly to discuss. He is going to take down wrestling and save us from the corruption that is wrestling. Speaking of corruption, we're going to talk to Francis Wright tonight about the wrestling that is corrupting us. Real name is Chris, not Steven. You don't got to give us your address, buddy. We just want your Twitter handle. So that'll be fun. After that, Bama Dave is coming on with Check Your Temp, and it's going to be for Full Gear, so we won't be on here all night. And we're going to have Wes from Jacksonville, right, Vanessa? That's where he's from, right? Yeah, Jacksonville.
From Florida.
From Florida. And so he'll be on me, Vanessa, Wes, Bama Dave, Check Your Temp, Full Gear. Should be fun.
We will not be using the wheel tonight.
Thank
We
God.
will not be using the wheel.
Yeah, we learned that there's a match limit when using that wheel, and 9 matches was too many.
It was pretty fun.
No, we just need to spin it once, and that's everyone's temperature for that match. That's what we need to do.
You know, we
That's
almost
no fun.
never even got to that wheel. You know that? We almost never got to it. Like we were just like riffing, and because Nikki was on, we were just talking. I don't even know what we just kept going, and then.
No, there were times like when we got a temperature we didn't want, or we gave somebody a temperature to screw them over, and it was fun. So, but no, the point is we took a little long in between. We were just feeling it out. But again, like I said, if it had been like 7 matches or less, we would have got it done in less than an hour. We don't forget, we talked like 20 minutes after we were done with it.
I think it would have been long anyways, because we were trying to crowbar in 2 pay-per-views, you know. But
yeah, we won't do that again.
That'd be fun. So
yeah.
Well, anyway, once you're done having that conversation, I would apologize for interrupting. I'm not really that sorry. So, hi. First of all, I'm the Degeneracy Cleanser, okay? I'm Francis Wright. I'm the Degeneracy Cleanser. Now, I've been sitting here in shock for about 5 minutes now for 2 reasons. One, I was expecting an introduction saying, this is Francis Wright, this is the Degeneracy Cleanser, and he's here to save us, and I never got that. Okay, so first, before I continue, I want an apology from everybody here for not properly introducing me or introducing me at all.
Vanessa, you go first.
I apologize that streamer is very unprofessional.
You should.
I would like to be the better man, stand up, and apologize that Vanessa did not write this down in my notes. But welcome to the show, the Degeneracy. Is that even right? Degeneracy Cleanser of Wrestling.
Hold on. No. Okay. You're going to sit here and apologize.
I'm not sitting here. I'm not sitting here. You can sit here.
Don't play your semantics with me, okay? You're not even going to get my right. And second of all, okay? First of all, you're not going to get my name right. Second of all, what are you talking about rather than introducing me? You're talking about sexy panda slave or whatever it was. It's clear that whatever's going on this podcast, it is degeneracy. It's wicked. Whatever kind of furry hentai stuff you guys are into, you know, I need to save this podcast, okay?
And
so I assume that you have questions for me.
I don't have any questions, actually.
I need to enlighten your audience.
I have a bunch of bullet points. I am glad you're here to save us. And we'll just edit all of that out in post, give you a great introduction. But let me start with how did you even, what was your introduction? Speaking of introductions, what was your introduction to wrestling? Were you a fan growing up? Did you turn on Superstars as a young kid and go?
Well, I was homeschooled, right? I was homeschooled by a wholesome, flat earth family. So I knew the truth since minute 1, okay? I knew what the real truths going on were this entire time. All the lies that they feed you on the devil box and all this, I didn't believe in any of that. Now, one day I decided to give the devil box a try, and I turn on the TV, and what do I see? I see Batista with the Illuminati tattoo right here, tattooed on his chest. Okay? And I see him beating people up. I see all the wrestlers beating people up. All of this. And I say, this is degeneracy. I need to save the world from this. Because this is evil. This is making people irrational and angry. This is making people delusional. Okay, so that was my introduction to professional wrestling. And then I decided, you know what? I need to save wrestling from this. Okay?
Yeah. But this wasn't always your view. There was a former wrestler by the name of Frantic in a former life. You want to tell us a little bit about him and how Frantic came to be, and then how he came to not be?
Let me ask you a question. Why are you asking all these questions? Where are you feeding this information to?
Who am I feeding the information to? All of your favorite Twitch viewers out there, and podcast forums, and flat Earth conspiracy readers. We're gonna put a transcript out of the show as well.
Yeah. You're sure you're not feeding this to the Illuminati secret hideout, Denver International Airport? You sure that's not going on?
As far as it's funny you bring that up, because when we came on the show live, the stream was kind of choppy and nothing really was working correctly. Could they have been hacking into the show tonight, knowing you were on, to stream the feed into Denver's airport?
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Because here's the thing. When I speak the truths, I talk about the chemtrails, I talk about the flat earth, I talk about all these things. When I speak the truth, okay, they don't like that. Because they've been feeding you all these lies, and they want everybody to believe these lies. So when I come along and speak the truth, they want to put a stop to that, okay? That's why I'm at an undisclosed location. I'm not telling anybody where I live, what my address is, okay?
Good man.
That's why I wear this, my mind control protection, to make sure that they can't read my mind.
Is that an aluminum foil hat?
That they were trying to tap in and see what I was saying.
Is that an aluminum foil hat?
Oh, no. There's a difference. It's tinfoil. See, it's a big meme. Oh, you gotta wear an aluminum foil hat. Memes, by the way. Let's talk about memes, okay?
I had a great conversation with memes today with my children. Yes, I would love to talk about memes.
Yeah. All these millennials and all these Zoomers running around,
yes.
Thinking, let's use these memes. And then after that, we'll get on our smartphones, okay? Looks at some grody, just grotesque stuff, such as the sexy panda slaves, okay? Right?
Right.
All these millennials running around with their memes. It's terrible. But the meme is that, if you wear an aluminum foil hat, you're protected from the government. And they spread that to make you think that aluminum foil is enough, but you have to get the tin. You notice how in grocery stores nowadays, they don't even have tin? They don't even have tin foil? It's because they're trying to restrict your access to it.
It's funny you say that. I went to the store today, too. Hold on. I went to the store. I picked some up today. And you're right. It does not, you probably can't say, it does not say tin. It says foil wrap. Doesn't say tin. Doesn't say aluminum. Says foil wrap. Is this safe to use?
Absolutely not.
No.
Like I said, they want you to think that that's safe to use. And by the way, guess who's responsible for that?
Who?
Take a guess as to who's responsible for that.
Oh.
For taking tinfoil out.
Batista.
Partially, but the head honcho, you think Vince McMahon is the most powerful man in professional wrestling? No, that's not what's going on. Directly above him is professional wrestling's and the Illuminati secret leader, Barack Obama.
Oh, man. Part of the the Inouye family is what I've heard. He's from Hawaii, allegedly.
Oh, no. See, that's what they want you to think.
Oh.
They want you to think, the powerful figures of wrestling, Rock and the Inouye family. We got Stone Cold Steve Austin, we got Roman Reigns. No. These are all the front-facing people, I mean, they're the one. I mean, they're on TV spreading this degeneracy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the secret leader is Barack Obama, and he's backstage at every event, jerking off, just thinking about what he's doing. I just want you to all just imagine for a second. I want you to picture in your head Barack Obama jerking off. You know how infuriated that makes you? Well, that makes me infuriated too. So what are we going to do about it? Are we just going to sit by and let this happen? No.
No.
We're not.
No, we are not. So if I can't go into the store and get the appropriate tinfoil to protect myself, how can I go about getting a phenomenal hat that you're wearing?
Oh, I'm glad that you asked that. I am glad that you asked that because I actually have a surplus of tinfoil that I can distribute. Now, I want to make sure that everybody can be who gets this can be trusted. And here's the way that I verify that they can be trusted, okay? I send them 11 rolls of tinfoil. Okay.
11 rolls.
1 for yourself. Okay. And 10 to distribute to 10 people you know who believe in the things that I say, of course. And then
Makes
those 10 people will distribute tinfoil to 10 people they know, and then those people will distribute so on and so forth. So really, we're just. What motion are you making with your fingers? Because I know what you're trying to imply. I'm not stupid.
It kind of reminds me of a pyramid scheme, like a triangle.
No, listen. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's very different. Basically what it is we're distributing mind control protection who want to fight against professional wrestling's Illuminati so that they're protected. They have their armor.
Okay.
And we're also making sure that the Illuminati cannot win the battle. Okay? It's nothing like a pyramid scheme. It's a completely different thing.
Okay. All right. So
all you got to do, if anybody's interested, all you have to do is pay me $1,000 for your 11 rolls of mind control protection. So if you're interested, send me a message on Twitter. My handle is @FrancisWrightPW. So send me a message, please.
Excellent. And so if I pay you $1,000, you send me my 11 rolls. It is.
Mm-hmm.
How much do I then charge?
Well, you would get 1,000. Now, some of that money would go to me. Some of that money would go to you as well. But we're not going to use that. We're not going to go out and like buy a boat or anything like that. We're taking that money and investing it into the war against the Illuminati. So if there's any resources we need, right? We'll invest it.
We can get it. Okay, the Illuminati and wrestling. Who? Like, we know Batista's in. What other Mount Rushmore wrestlers are in the Illuminati?
Well, pretty much every wrestler that you see, besides me, because I enter professional wrestling because I have to. You can't reason with a wrestler. They're like cavemen, If you try your hippie past fist mumbo jumbo with a wrestler, they're just gonna go nuts. They're gonna go wild, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much every wrestler that you see on the independent circuit and up to the top. But if we want to talk about the Mount Rushmore, it's Batista, right? It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's John Cena. So we're talking about legendary wrestlers. And the fourth and the most legendary wrestler is the Gobbledygooker.
Oh,
okay.
Speaking of Halloween,
I know. This is shocking to all of us. We're all learning something new today, other than me, because I know everything. But we're all learning something new today. I know it's shocking, but it's the truth. Truth hurts sometimes.
Yeah. I just want to go back to Barack Obama. We have a question in the chat. What if Barack Obama has Twitter under his control?
Well, of course he has Twitter under his control.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. So I say completely normal, sane things constantly. Everything I say makes total sense. But you go on Twitter, and every video that I put out, every tweet that I make, somebody's down there saying, oh, you're uneducated. You're irrational. You're delusional. Now, why would that be? It's because Barack Obama's controlling Twitter. Anybody who speaks the truth, and anybody that believes in the truth and isn't believing in lies, the freedom of speech is shut down. That's why you don't see anybody on Twitter who agrees with it.
That makes sense. You mentioned the Gobbledygooker. I mentioned Halloween. I was thoroughly scared of the Gobbledygooker. How was he involved in the Illuminati? How is he involved in all of that? I mean, there is a big conspiracy behind the Gobbledygooker, correct?
Yeah. And I exposed this. Okay?
Yes, you did.
So the Gobbledygooker, legendary wrestler, nobody can deny that. One of the most instantly identifiable wrestlers of all time. Okay?
Biggest build-ups of all time.
Yeah. So the Gobbledygooker, okay, he was printed on a Coca-Cola can, right?
Wow.
Now, why is Coca-Cola relevant? Okay, because in 1985, Coca-Cola, it just gets me so angry to talk about. They replaced old Coke, which was good, with new Coke.
That's right.
Okay,
and it wasn't even there was no difference.
Yeah,
it was the same.
What? There was no difference. What are you talking about?
I heard that new Coke was just like old Coke.
Okay, listen, here's what I need you to do. I need you to take everything you've ever heard in your life ever and dismiss it. We're starting anew today. on the Putting You Over podcast. We're starting anew. Everything that you learned previously, scrap it. Everything that I'm saying from here on out is the truth. Okay?
Okay.
So, New Coke was a blander flavor. Okay? Now, why would they do that? So that people could clamor, oh, let's bring back the old Coke. So then they sell a bunch of old Coke again. They go back to that. It drives up sales. Now, how do we know that Coca-Cola and professional wrestling have an unholy alliance? Just like the Illuminati and professional wrestling have an unholy alliance? It's because gobbledygooker was printed on a Coca-Cola can.
Oh,
So it all comes together. You know, Coca-Cola sells old Coke again to raise money for the Illuminati, and then professional wrestling is a part of Coca-Cola, which means professional wrestling is part of the Illuminati, okay? A equals B, B equals C, that means A equals C, and that's because gobbledygooker is out to get us all, okay? Does anybody have any questions about it? I mean, you shouldn't, because everything I just explained is clear as water.
that
okay?
makes sense to me. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it should.
What I'm trying to figure out is, you mentioned John Cena. He is definitely involved. I don't know how any of us could even see it happening, but he is. How are we going to get him to stop his hatred for baby seals? I mean, he's kicking them. He just doesn't like them. How can we change that aspect?
Well, that's where I come in.
All right.
Because professional wrestling has been degeneracy for years.
Okay.
And my mission is to eliminate professional wrestling. Okay? So I start at the independent level, right? And then eventually I work my way up and then work my way up until eventually I'm wrestling John Cena, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put him down. I'm going to defeat him. I'm going to humiliate him. Okay? That's how it's going to happen. Now, option two, because there are some wrestlers, you know, it's not their fault that they are the way that they are. You know, they just need a positive influence, you know? And not positive influence is me. So what I can do to save some of these wrestlers is to use what I call a spiritual weapon.
Ooh.
To save them. And that spiritual weapon is my singing voice, because I don't know what kind of music you listen to, but it's most certainly trash, okay? My singing is excellent, okay? So it's possible that I could use my singing voice to heal John Cena and make him see the light. It's that beautiful. And in fact, what I should do right now is I'm going to sing the Purification Song right now.
I was
15
hoping
to
you would
20
do
second
that.
Song. It's not long,
Okay.
but all of your listeners should hear it. So is everybody ready? Doesn't matter. I'm going anyway.
Okay.
Everybody put their hand to the screen. I'm
Okay.
going to put my hand to the screen too. I'm going to sing the Purification Song.
Oh man,
You know, I don't know
feel a
if
relief.
any of you believe in heaven or whatever, and that's not what we're going to debate today, but if heaven is real, that's what it feels like when you're ascending there.
Man,
Am I wrong or am I right?
that I just feel so purified and
Yeah,
cleansed. Yes.
yeah. I
You
know.
you obviously are here to rid us of wrestling, save us. You recently were spotted at Camp Leapfrog.
Was.
Yes, and we had the great Chris Levin on here. Were you able to save anybody at Camp Leapfrog?
No, and you know why? Because nobody wanted to listen. Okay, so they the campers,
Mm-hmm.
played with a Ouija board. Okay,
Oh,
right?
yes.
And
they
then
did.
a bunch of monsters to come out and just ruin everything and take over the camp, cause all sorts of awful things to happen. Now, nobody knew that that was what was going on before I knew. I told everybody that that was what was happening. And I get dismissed, and I get mocked, and I get ignored for it. Okay? So it ends up coming out that what I said was true the entire time. And then what happens? I'm still ignored. So I'm trying to save Camp Leapfrog, okay? And I call out what's actually going on, and people still don't listen to me. So no, I didn't save anybody.
It's a shame.
But it's not for lack of trying. The reason why I didn't save anybody is because nobody wanted to be saved. Even after I proved myself to be telling the truth. People ignored me anyway, and that's the problem. When when you're just the hero, daddy, god, emperor of the world, and of all of that is righteous. For whatever reason, all these people, they just don't want to listen to you. It's sad. It really is. It's millennials nowadays. Am I right?
Yes, you are completely right. And
Of course. It's in my name and everything.
it is. Why the lowercase w?
Well, sometimes there are fans. I gotta shout out one of my fans on Twitter. Sometimes there are people that do listen to me, and that fan actually came up with the idea. W lowercase, capitalized R-I-G-H-T, because my last name is Wright, spelled W-R-I-G-H-T, but I'm also right about everything that I say. So it's Wright, R-I-G-H-T. It's a play on words. It's one of those puns that you're known for. Okay.
Yes.
Well, not you specifically, but just people in general are known
Millennials.
for, okay?
Millennials,
yeah. See, I'm trying to relate to the millennials, but it's still not working, apparently.
I followed your path on your Twitter, at Francis Wright _PW, not underscore. Sorry, no underscore. I'll just hit the command button. That's much easier. I followed it. I love it. But you have a new series coming out. What's Hollywood hiding? That's what I've heard. Through the grapevine. So what exactly is Hollywood hiding?
Well, they're hiding all sorts of things, So, I've talked about, how Alice in Wonderland is just hallucinogenic drug reference, one after another, okay? It's trying to get you to take drugs so that you can't tell reality from fantasy, okay? I'm reality, okay? But they want you to take drugs so you think that fantasy is reality, okay? What else? Jaws, right?
Yes. Classic movie.
Jaws, the movie, is an elaborate warning about the government spy drone, because Jaws is a government spy drone. He knows where people are at all times, okay? And he'll attack them. So Hollywood has all sorts of symbolism related to the Illuminati, constantly.
Yes. That triangle we talked about earlier. Yes.
Right.
Triangle
of the Illuminati. And by the way, you're talking about how I run a pyramid scheme.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Pyramids are a symbol of the Illuminati. Why would I ever run a pyramid scheme? Okay.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Right.
I do have some other. You definitely speak the truth on conspiracies. I'm big in them. We have talked to some people on this show about that. What's your take on Bigfoot?
Oh, Bigfoot's real.
Yes.
Bigfoot's absolutely real. Now, here's the thing. Okay, if it came out that Bigfoot was real, the impact of that would not be so great. But they've been lying to you for years about Bigfoot not being real, okay? So if they've lied that entire time and then it comes out that Bigfoot is real, then people might start to question, why? Why would they lie about Bigfoot? And what else are they lying about? So they got to keep them, Bigfoot and I have conversations all the time, and he's trying to make himself known to the general public. But, they're just hiding. Eminem and Lil Wayne are out there. Every time Bigfoot tries to come out in public, Eminem and Lil Wayne just beat him down. Okay?
Oh.
Ugh, yeah, that's right. That's an appropriate reaction. Ugh.
Oh.
It's
terrible.
Eminem and Lil Wayne.
Eminem and Lil Wayne holding Bigfoot down. Surprised they haven't wrote a song about that yet. Paul McCartney, is that the real Paul McCartney, or did he actually die? And the Paul McCartney we see is not actually Paul McCartney.
Oh, there are a lot of different ways that you could look at that. The way wait a second. What's that noise that I hear?
I don't hear
Are you tape recording me?
As far as I know, I'm not.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm starting to question where you lie. You've allegedly agreed with everything I said so far.
That's true.
But you said something about a pyramid scheme, and then you're clearly tape recording me.
I agreed that it starts at the top, and you get 11 down, and then those people, they go down. And I was just showing the shape of the passing along the tinfoil.
You know what? Okay. You're tape recording me. You're accusing me of having a pyramid scheme. You know what? I'm not even going to address the last question that you asked, okay? Because I don't want to address questions. You're feeding this information somewhere. I know it. I'm going to get to the bottom, okay?
Okay.
I'm not even going to address the last question.
Okay.
If you disrespect me again, I might just have to disconnect this call. Okay?
I'm actually shocked that they haven't disconnected it, but they probably want your information. The people in Denver, Colorado probably want your information. So that's probably why, the only reason it's still going. Two final things. One, why haven't the people in Australia just drifted away to space?
Because the Earth is flat, obviously. Okay, so you want some, because
That makes sense.
scientific explanations are what scientists come up with when
That's
they
right.
can't explain. Okay, that's first off. If you want a real life, grounded in reality explanation, okay, in a round Earth, Australia is pointed downwards. Okay, gravity goes down. So in Australia, as soon as you're born, you pop out of your mother's genitalia, okay, and then you just automatically just fly into outer space, right?
Right. Yes.
So that's what would happen if we lived in a round Earth. But that doesn't happen. So that's proof that we live in a flat Earth, okay?
Right. That
Now
makes
let's talk about the water. Now, once again, gravity goes down, so all the water would just drip down the sides of the planet if in a round Earth model. But we live in a flat Earth model, and that's why all the water stays where it stays. So when you think about it, folks, it really
Wait, are we in a pool?
No. But
I'm sorry. Say that again?
So is it like a pool? If it doesn't fall off the sides, it'd be like a pool.
Exactly. It's like the Earth is basically a gigantic pool, except with some land in there. See, you're starting to get it.
Yeah, she's smart.
I'm here to set streamer straight.
She's
It's
from
okay.
Canada. She's smart.
Yeah. Rufus, whatever his name is, he's over here accusing me of things that aren't true, and then you're getting it. I like you, okay? So
That's what I'm here for. I
what she
came to
said.
save the spot.
I'm happy. I'm happy about that. Thank you for being here.
Final aspect I would like to have you comment on before I let you have the mic and put over whatever you want. The final thing is, could Nia Jax versus Ryback be the greatest wrestling match of all time?
I see you're listening to other podcasts. Okay, you've redeemed yourself a little bit because you've been listening to what I've been saying. It could be, because here's the thing: wrestling is degeneracy, but some wrestling is, if you take that aspect out of it, it's good entertainment.
Mhm.
Bryan Danielson, AJ Styles, forget that.
Yeah,
They don't know.
we don't need them.
Okay, but Nia Jax and Ryback, that's something that you can sit down and watch like 15 times in a row.
7-match series. I want to see.
Absolutely. 7 matches isn't enough.
Yeah.
Make Raw 6 hours long and just have them fight in a 6-hour Iron Man match with no commercials.
There you go. Now you're talking.
You need a couple cages, Hell in a Cell,
Yep.
Spread this out.
Every stipulation that's ever been, they need to wrestle in. And then after that, they'll be so tired and exhausted. It makes my job easy. Because, they've taken themselves out. I don't need to take them out.
We'll just fall into oblivion.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Francis, what we like to do at the end of every show is I'm going to give you the mic. You can put over whatever you want. I will not interrupt. The floor is yours.
Okay. Well, there's a lot I could say, but I need to get one of my tools. Hold on a second. If you want to hear more about the truth of this world, you should follow me on Twitter @FrancisWrightPW. Wright is spelled WRIGHT. There you will be able to hear everything that I have to say, and you'll be able to see my glorious face nonstop 24/7, which is a treat and God's gift to this world. So follow me on there. How's that?
Excellent. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in. Definitely going to have you back sometime to discuss more stuff with us. As long as they don't cut our feed, hopefully we can get out of here before the people in Denver, Colorado can get all this. Thank you for coming by and giving us your time. Have a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Later.